Unacademy. This is a lesson on MCQ based on 22nd December 2016 current affairs. And you already know the instructions and you know what is good for you, how much, where you stand, what can be improved and all, right? Before watching this, it's my humble opinion that you watch a Hindu video, or you can watch it later as well, whichever works for you, right? And then, um, let's see the questions one by one. The first question is with respect to the global wage report, right? And now the first statement is with respect to it is released by World Economic Forum. That could be a one probable thing, but then global wage and all is related to something else. Which organization would it be? Okay, we'll look into it. Okay, now there is a theme. The theme of this time was wage inequality in the workplace. The third one was, according to the report in India, the women formed 60% of the lowest paid wage labor, but only 15% from the highest wage earner. Right now, you know which are the options are, either it's 1 and 2, or 2 and 3, or 3 only, or 1 2 3, right? So by looking at it itself, you can understand that this is a very factual thing. Mostly it is right itself, right? And this one is also right. It sounds very correct, but this one is something a bit problematic, because World Economic Forum doesn't deal with wage kind of thing, because that is done by the International Labour Organization. So the answer should be B. Now let's move on to the next question. It's with respect to this rheumatic fever. It's a condition that can arise from untreated or inadequately treated throat infection caused by streptococcus bacteria. Okay. The second one is, after 5 to 10 years following rheumatic fever, heart valves get affected, leading to the damaged heart. Now answer is basically C. The both of them are true, because rheumatic fever, it causes your body to attack its own tissues after getting infected with that bacteria, right? With streptococcus, right? And it causes strep throat. Now, this reaction can be, a widespread inflammation throughout your body, which is the basis of all the symptoms of rheumatic fever. So that's how you identify it. Now, there's one more thing with respect to Standing Committee report on the forest fires, right? And please consider the following statements. Now, the committee suggested that a national policy on managing forest fires. This is usually right. Whenever they constitute this kind of a thing, and if it is not there, it's generally right. Let's see what happens to it. Now, this the second one with respect to the states of Telangana, Maharashtra, and Tamil Nadu have seen the seen a third of forest fires. Now that might be a bit problematic, because Telangana, Maharashtra we can understand, but Tamil Nadu might not be that famous with when it comes to forest, right? And the third one was the accumulated cheer pine needles are considered to be a prominent factor occurring and spreading of forest fires. You should have noticed the same case in Uttarakhand wildfire, right? So you know the options, and the answer is basically B. The explanation is that three states which are Orissa, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh, and it's not Tamil Nadu. The report basically focused on Uttarakhand, Himachal, and Jammu and Kashmir. Here, they accumulate cheap pine needles, which are inflammable due to the high resin content. So that's basically the idea of it. It's a very factual thing. You should already be knowing it, and I think by common sense also you can guess it. And this is with respect to the Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe Prevention of Atrocity Act. Today there was an article about Supreme Court speaking against the same. So when is it? Which year did it come? So the answer is basically B, because it came in uh, it came in 89, right? So that's the thing. What you maybe you can write about all of this, how the Supreme Court has criticized all of it, and how the government's indifferent attitude, in how the enforcement has not happened, right? See, the issue in India is that we have the laws and all in place very well, but then the implementation has a problem. Now let's consider the another statement with respect to the SASTRA Ramanujan Prize. It was awarded to a leading mathematician under 32 years of old. It was instituted in 2005, and this year's prize was given to this Kaikosa Matomaki and Makaisam Radsville for this revolutionary collaborative work on short intervals of number theory. Now the answer would be D. That is, all statements are correct. So basically, you should know that how Ramanujam. In fact, I think this time we had a question regarding him, right? In prelims, how the man who knew infinity. I think it is based on Ramanujam, right? And then the sixth question is with respect to the language of Mai Tai is predominantly spoken in Meghalaya, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur. And since it's scores and how blockade in Manipur is happening, you already know the answer is Manipur, right? So this is a predominant language in the southeastern Himalayan state of Manipur and northeastern India. Now let's arrange. This is a very geography question, and this is a question which I want to ask you, whether it's you have to arrange it from south se leke north tak, right? That means Dhauladar, Karakoram, then this Ladakh and Zaskar. Now you should also know that these are called as Karakoram and Ladakh. These are called as the Trans-Himalayan mountains. So obviously they're going to be on that side. So now the answer would be the first one is Zola, the first one, and then should be Zaskar range, fourth one, then Ladakh, and then finally Karakoram. So if you know the evolutionary, the geological evolution of India, then probably you'll be able to guess it very correctly. The answer should be D. Alright, so it's basically Dhauladhar, Zaskar, Ladakh, and Karakoram. Then finally, the eighth question is with respect to the payment of wage bills 2016. The bill payment. So this was one question which is, in the context of demonetization, we'll have to understand it. The bill permits the employer to pay an employee's wage into the bank account or through check without a written permission. Second, the bill amends the Payment of Wages Act of 1936. The bill has been passed by Parliament today. So do you know that Parliament is not in session, right? So the third statement is obviously wrong. That means they're going to present it in terms of ordinance. So this one is wrong. So what remains is 1 and 2. The answer should be C. That is 3 only, because um, this one is also wrong, right? Okay, the incorrect answer is the one which they're asking for. So 3 is the one. The other 2 are right. Now let's speak about which of the following do not allow visa for free travel to India. It's a very factual question. It's Hong Kong basically. So now Hong Kong revokes this visa free entry to Indians. It was introduced pre-registration for Indian nationals to prevent the illegal immigration. So that's basically it. And the 10th one, among which of the following countries does the military exercise Pratikar takes place? Is it India or Nepal, or is it China or Sri Lanka, or Nepal or China, or Pakistan or China? So Pratikar is basically a very Sanskritized word. So Pakistan is definitely gone. China so definitely will not have a name like that, right? And then China and Sri Lanka, Pratikar. It might be, but then it would not be like Pratikar. It will be like Pratikaram or something of a Sinhali language. Also, it doesn't make sense. So China is there, and this is gone. The India, we obviously know that whether it is there, but it's not that. So basically, it is Nepal and China. It is C, right? And then that's it for the MCQ course today. Thank you. Have a nice day.